Alrighty. Hello, everyone. I thought the days of the sound check were behind us, but after last week's fiasco, we're bringing it back. So let's get a little sound check going before anything happens for realsies. Are we streaming for realsies? Fiasco. We're bringing it back. So let's get a little sound check going before anything happens for realsies. Okay. Are we streaming for realsies? We got a sound going. We got the sound going. That's what we want. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Roll Out of Bed. I'm your Game Master Nev. Ian, as a semi-norm, is running a little late. The buses are bad. So, apologies on last week's stream, but the strange time, the fact that we lost 20 minutes of recording because the broadcast wasn't going out for some reason. We were streaming, but it wasn't broadcasting anywhere, so that's always fun. And, upon re-listening, for some reason, our audio was at like 50% volume, so I don't know if you could hear anything we were saying. I know I was struggling to, and that file got corrupted when I tried to go back and change the audio so that the vocals were higher than the music and everything else, and the file got corrupted. So we might be stuck with that version. So if that one's unlistenable, I apologize, everyone. I'll take the blame for that. The program's being bad, but it should be better now. And if it's not, somebody needs to let me know, and I will fix it. At least in theory. If it can be fixed, everything should be fixable. But you know how it is. So as we were talking about a little bit last week, we were debating the idea of, at some point in the future, maybe, because how things are going this year, with Ian's new job schedule, I'm not particularly having any problems with my school schedule. I'd set it up so that I would have time for this, but with Ian's new job schedule, he isn't able to make it pretty often, and when he is, it's a little bit later than usual, making the live streams a little bit unpredictable, a little bit less what we were going for. So we may pretty soon, maybe even next episode, I'll discuss it with Ian when he gets here after the stream, may switch just to a regular weekly or bi-weekly upload, rather than these live streams, which makes it a little bit less fun, but I mean, as in past episodes, we can still look at the comments, reply to comments if there are any, and that'll probably increase the, I don't want to say production quality, it'll increase just kind of like, I don't know, the stream overall a little bit. It won't be a stream anymore, the podcast overall just a bit. We won't have to worry about these little things at the front where I'm talking and talking and talking like a fool because we're timing things out. We won't have to worry about, oh, we can't make it this week because we can record in advance. It'll just solve some problems. And so we're probably going to do that. If you guys have any particular objection to that, let us know, and we will see if we can work around it instead. Let me think. What was I saying? So yeah, that's what's going on with that. I was going to say something else, and it's completely blanking on me now. Don't you love it when that happens? Let's see, what did I just talk about? I talked about changing it from a live stream to a recorded platform. I already apologized about last week's stream. That was weird, and I don't know why it did that. I think that's everything I really wanted to cover before we get going. So I guess I can hop straight, if it comes to me, I'll go back to it. Hop straight into the summary for last episode, because the audio might have been too bad to listen to, so if you didn't listen, I do understand. Disappointing. But it happens from time to time. So last episode, I gotta get my tongue in order so I can speak. Okay. Last session, more or less what occurred was Newman arrived at Caltronis 5 Maximum Security Prison, more or less. He had a bit of a journey on the way there. He got to spend his character points. He talked a bit with some of the crew members, not a lot. He had a lot of time. He didn't choose to talk that much. At least in character. He might later say he said some stuff, but he hasn't yet. Upon arriving there, he got another message saying, there's been an update to your threat, whatever, you have a time limit. You have, I believe it was I have the current time he's at, I believe I gave him 2 hours. And so with that, he began on his little thing to get into the prison. He said to warp out of range. He warped out of visual range, not out of sensors range, apparently, because they contacted him and said to either power down your vessel and tell us what you're doing, or you need to leave the area immediately. He lied pretty badly. He doesn't have fast talk, and they detected it pretty easily, honestly. After which, they sent over a shuttle, which he attacked okay, let me rephrase that. He ambushed the crew of, and commandeered the little shuttle. He made his way himself onto the Caltronis 5 security thing. Security thing. Wow, what is my brain doing? Caltranis 5 maximum security prison. He took out an engineering squadron when they came into the ship because he successfully lied on the way over, saying that the reason he hadn't commed in was that the radios were broken and he was only able to send text messages. Upon arriving back at Caltranis 5, he took out an engineering squadron and he knocked out an engineering squadron. And from there, he had him and Ruby take the uniforms of, while Zinth was put into handcuffs because he was too large to fit in the costumes. I'm picking all the wrong words today. You guys know how it is. And I'm complaining about it a lot, too. In all honesty, I'm still a little bit upset about that 20 minutes we lost last session, and now I'm annoyed that I just realized the audio was also off, but like, yeah, whatever. It's bound to happen every now and then. But yeah, sorry. After that, they went into the hallway. They were trying to get down to where Newman suspected Orion was. Suspected? I'm just going to keep talking. Newman suspected Orion was, which he thought would be on the lower levels. They made it past a guard who didn't seem to really care. After a little while, the alarm started going off, and they passed what looked like an engineering foreman who asked why they hadn't reported to their supervisor. Newman eventually thought wandering isn't getting us anywhere and we're running out of time. He found a terminal, used the security code he used to access the ship's communication on the way over, the shuttle, and searched for Orion, who he found out was not one of the worst criminals in the lower level, but actually the warden. At this point, he noticed he had about an hour and 10 minutes left, more or less. He decided to turn himself in, at which point they said, "Oh, we've been waiting for you, more or less. The warden is waiting to speak to you. Right now, he's solving a riot in the lower levels. If you can wait, he'll be up in about an hour." Newman said, "We can't wait. Take me down to him." And that's about where we stopped off. So with that, I should stop messing with my keys. So with that, now we're just waiting for Ian. I'm gonna shoot him a little message, see how he's doing, what his ETA is. I probably could have postponed the stream just a little bit further, considering we're starting late anyway, but I actually do have something I need to do. I need to be out of here at around... I should be out of here at around 5. I need to get somewhere at like 5:15, 5:30. So if the stream goes long, it won't, is the answer, actually. If it has to be under 2 hours, it will be. Another reason we should switch probably to pre-recorded, because then we don't have to worry about, oh, today I have this at this time. We can just pick a time whenever in the week that we know we have a full 2 hours to record and not worry about everything from there. So, not ideal, not what we wanted. I know a live stream doesn't make a podcast. I know the podcast is its own separate thing from the live stream, but the live stream was kind of fun. Kind of, I don't know, a neat little novelty. Hey, you got an ETA, Ian? Send text. Yeah, there's also going to be some new things. Some possibly new things coming up on the channel. I don't on-roll out of bed. I'm going to wait to talk about those after, quote-unquote, after the stream. After the session, while the stream's still going on, because I want Ian to hear that also, because he doesn't know what's going on. It doesn't directly involve him. But yes, there will be more things on the channel soon, also to fill gaps we have in this, possibly due to recording conflicts, like, this isn't a conflict, but, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I say that phrase too often. I'm thinking if there's anything I missed. I could summarize the whole campaign so far. That seems unnecessary. We had one of those, I don't know, like, 6 episodes ago, I believe. If you have a, what's the word I'm looking for, keen eye, I suppose you might notice that the banner, not the banner, the logo as well as the backing for the videos and the channel and everything has been shifting through the last few episodes. I made an updated design, I made an updated background, and I've been tweaking those ever since. I know it's not great form to tweak something once you've already put it out there, but it's my channel. I don't care. So I've been having fun with that. If anybody liked the old one better, we can always go back to it. Let me know, as always. Ian's not reading my message, so that's fun. Let me think. Do you have any fun stories from recently? Let me think. My work supervisor decided to weld a piece of metal to a plank of wood. That's kind of the whole story, though. Shouldn't do that. He told me you shouldn't do that. As he did it, he made eye contact. It's kind of interesting. I've been thinking of getting some new dice. I keep wanting to buy new dice, and then every time I get them, I'm like, I don't need to spend money on that. I can spend money on something I don't already have. But I really like the concept of those top dice, like the D6 that's like a top, and you spin it, and then it falls on the side like a dice does. This is really... What am I talking about? This isn't interesting. Let me think. Last time we had one of these big gaps, we had a lovely person in the chat who was asking a lot of questions. I don't think we have anyone in the chat right now, which makes sense considering the stream's at an odd time. Ah, there he is, the man of the... I don't want to say hour. The hour's almost over. Oh, I thought you weren't wearing your glasses for a second. They blended into the...
Yeah, I got new ones.
Oh, did you? Oh, you did? I'm not crazy.
And they're wireframed.
Okay, I'm not crazy. I was like, something looks off.
No, they're just really hard to see.
Okay, I saw the edges, and I was like, after a second, I was like, he wasn't wearing glasses. You didn't switch to contacts. You wouldn't switch to contacts.
No, not unless...
They're inconvenient, in my opinion.
I mean, if I had a reason to, like, not wear glasses and I needed contacts, I would switch, but I'm not going to switch other.
Yeah, I mean, also the thing is, neither of us' vision is that bad.
No, we could both survive with that.
Yeah, like, I should wear glasses, I just... I don't have a good reason. I just don't wear them. Let's see, I summarized last session. I can do another brief one if you still need it. It was last week that we didn't have a huge gap this time. Let's see, what else? Am I forgetting anything? Yeah, I talked about how we might switch to the pre-recorded sessions and upload weekly or bi-weekly because things like this keep coming up. Yeah. Which isn't a huge problem, it just the live stream portion will be bam. Or we could always just use the episodes pre-recorded and use this for our terrible Scooby-Doo talks. We could just put this live stream just be like complete nonsense, which could be enjoyable.
Just a normal podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just on our role-playing channel.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, no, it's our... Yeah, whatever. It's our channel.
This is my lunch, by the way.
Your lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, I just ate breakfast, which consisted of a bagel and a Reese's bar.
I got up at 7 because I had to work at 9, but...
That's fair. I didn't have to... I was up till 1 a.m. last night doing laundry for the show because I'm on wardrobe. So I was like, I'm just going to sleep in. And then I did, and I really didn't want to get up, but my room was a mess because I hadn't cleaned it from last night. And I was like, I gotta get the room ready for the potted cast. Alright. Oh, it's beef jerky.
It is.
Beef to jerky.
Because it's the, like, most substantial thing they sell in the,
oh, the Chemeketa or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the vending machines at Chemeketa. And I was like, I want something at least somewhat good.
Yeah, that's fair. I think, okay, so I also noticed, along with our stream starting weird last time, I went back and listened to it to get some information I didn't write down.
Right.
Our audio level was terrible. The vocals could barely be heard.
Oh, no.
So I think I fixed it this time. I did a little pre-stream to check. I also made sure we were actually streaming this time when I started. So everything should be good, I hope. Is your laptop still getting booted up?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I can keep rambling. I sure have been. Anyway, I don't know. So you started back up again? What was it, this last Monday?
Yeah, this Monday. I only have 2 classes, which is nice.
Just in general?
No.
What?
Yeah, there's only 1 day. I just decided to downsize.
Oh, that's fair.
But they're both hybrid classes.
Mm-hmm.
Which means they're approximately half online, half in person.
Oh, okay, so they're not quite just 2 days. I mean, like, they can be.
Right. So it's each is 1 day a week in person.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the same amount of work.
Yeah.
And information that you would in a normal class. You're just doing more of it online.
Okay, on that note, sorry, you can continue. I just wanted to jump this in here.
No, sorry.
I always think it's funny. Do you have at your college also where they're like, oh, for every hour in class, you should be spending this many hours outside of class on work, like study and homework? Do you think anyone's ever spent that much time? Like, they're like, every hour in class, you should be spending 2 hours of homework and study. And I'm like, I did the homework in like 10 minutes.
No, literally.
I was like, the reading took me like 20.
Yeah, most of the instructors at Schmecker are like, yeah. So this is how you calculate how much work you're supposed to do out of class, but like your homework's gonna take you like max 30 minutes if you have like a question about it, and if you know what you're doing, it's gonna take you like 15.
Yeah, I'm just always like, this doesn't seem right. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Am I a genius?
Yeah,
what is happening?
The only reason my homework for these classes takes longer is because it's an entire week's worth of homework instead of like
Yeah.
a class on Monday and then another one on like Wednesday, so it's only like a day or so. So it's like read like 3 chapters in a week, but like you have a week to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, yeah. The only downside is that my psychology class is on Monday from 5:30 to 9:20, so it's a 4-hour lecture.
Ooh.
Which is a lot, but we do get like breaks.
That's fair, yeah.
I'm sorry for chewing. I'm really
Oh, I don't care. Oh, you mean you're not apologizing to me?
No, I know you don't care. We eat around each other all the time.
Yeah. How dare you eat in my presence? I'm over here trying to get through my Slurpee that I left in the freezer all night. It's almost just a block of ice.
Oof.
It's got syrup in it.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat some. Do not eat ageless oxygen absorbent.
Ooh, the silica gel packet?
Yeah.
Is it silica still? Did they change it?
I think it's still silica. It doesn't say on here. It just says oxygen absorbent.
Oh man, I want to absorb. Put it in your lungs. Better
Yeah,
air intake.
that
It
is-
absorbs oxygen. Don't think that's how it works.
I think it just kills you.
You think it just kills me? I know. I think it'd kill me if I ate it. I don't know if it'd put it in my lungs.
I mean, it'd rattle around in there.
It would rattle. It would be uncomfortable at best.
That'd be real painful. Also, it'd probably just get lodged.
Yeah.
in your esophagus.
Oh no, I'm not swallowing. I'm just putting it straight in there.
Oh, just through your chest.
Like a little incision.
Okay.
Just plop it in.
That would work better.
That would work better.
But still painful.
Would work better, not better for you.
No,
What am I talking
don't
about?
eat silica gel.
No, don't eat it.
It dehydrates you and you die.
Yeah.
It really does.
Oh yeah, so I said this when you weren't here yet. Probably gonna, I'm gonna go based off when the stream started, not when you got here. So we're probably gonna end around like 2:30, 2:40 ish, or no, not 2:30.
We're gonna end
in the past.
Like,
Sorry, 4:30, 4:40 ish, just because I gotta get to prep because I'm wardrobe. I gotta set up all the clothes and finish the laundry and everything.
that works fine.
Yeah. I might stop by the bank. That might be something I need to do. Because I have very little. I have a $100 bill, but I have like $3 in my account.
I feel ya. I also have a $100 bill, but like, I think I currently have like $7.
Yeah, I think I probably have more than 3, but that's my ballpark estimate. And I'm like, I want to buy. I'm caught between I want to buy things and I want to save things.
Me too.
Because I'm like, I still need to save. Like, I literally could do it so easy. I'm just like, I want to buy smaller things now. I need to buy that video camera for the next campaign, so I can actually get the for a larger group the table recording. I don't think I've talked about that on here, but yeah.
Speaking of which, so you know how you're always been talking about running a campaign where people play themselves?
Oh yeah, I love the concept of the campaign where everyone plays as themselves. What's
I
that?
found
A new system?
a new system that
Oh.
will work really well for that.
Oh, what is it?
It's called 10 Candles.
I've heard of it. I don't know much about it.
So, it's a horror system.
Oh, so just like we were talking about possibly using Call of Cthulhu?
Which is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly for one-shot games. You can adapt it for longer.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is the characters are supposed to die by the end.
Like it.
Like you go in knowing your character's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, character creation happens at the table, and it's very simple. There's no like sheets or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's I believe 4 index cards, and each have a different thing. One's like, one's a moment that you want to have happen that's like achievable. Like
Oh, this sounds familiar. Yeah, I think I do know what
one's
you're talking
like
about now.
a trait, and then there's like another thing, and then there's the I think it's called the break, something like that. But like what you do when you're been pushed past your limit.
Okay.
And the coolest thing is these things are except for your moment, these things are given to you by your other players. So,
okay, so you don't choose.
No, you don't. But like if you're
I steal a
playing
piece of that jerky?
Absolutely.
No, it's fine. I can just smell it and it's like, ooh.
I know, yeah, it's good. But I mean, when you're playing as yourself, and since we're all friends, it'd be nice and interesting, and also just kind of easier to roleplay. But I think the most interesting one of those is the break or whatever it's called. It's because it's I think it's to your left or whatever. It's one.
Yeah,
of
whatever orientation
whichever.
you're setting. Yeah.
But it's the way you write them for the person is I have seen this person do this.
Oh.
And
That's kind of fun.
Not only do the players get it, but the player sitting next to the GM on whichever side gets to do it for the whatever the creature is.
Oh, gotcha.
So they also get to set what they have seen the creature do, and it's only that
Interesting.
person. So for like all of these, you and the other person know, but
Yeah.
no one else gets to know.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
And so all you need are a bunch of d6s. Like there's a certain amount, but I don't know exactly.
We got plenty.
Yeah. 10 candles.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Yeah.
The index cards, and then a large bowl, which can hold burning objects.
Oh.
Because, so essentially it's a D6 system, and you roll a number of D6s, and any 6s count towards success, and any 1s get taken by
go in the bowl.
No, they go to the GM.
Okay.
Who then, when another roll comes around, if they have dice, they can roll, and if the GM rolls more 6s than you, they get to take narrative control. You still succeed.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't get to say what happened. So essentially, if you roll more D6s, more 6s than them, you get to describe how you succeed. But if they roll more, they get to decide.
This is reminding me kind of a system I was looking at. I can't remember. There's 2 of them. It's like split into like, not like kind of a Stranger Things-esque thing where it's like there's the child group and the adult group, and they're 2 separate games in the same kind of quote-unquote universe.
Right.
The one thing I wasn't crazy about here is that they had like set worlds, but I'm always like, you can always just work around that.
Yeah.
You can just set it wherever else.
Exactly.
But it was I can't remember what the first one was, but I think the second one was after the flood. Something like before the... I can't remember the first one. That was the children one. But the second one is... I think it can still be children, but it's like one of them is like the child one. It's like, oh, here's like a... Not, it's like a still a complicated thing, but it's like, here's like a pretty like friendly-ish game. The second one was like... The tagline for the second one is, but remember this time you can die. I think it's something like that. That's not word for word.
Right.
But it's kind of interesting. I liked it in theory. It was kind of like a... It's kind of like a biotech steampunk kind of thing. Like, it's what's the word I always use that I like? Cassette futurism. It's kind of like 80s sci-fi ish, kind of like that feeling. And it was like the way it was played was really interesting. Also, it was like primarily narrative based. Like the characters just like get to say what they're doing, and they do stuff based off of that. And it's like they have like a wound system and whatever.
That's kind of.
It sounded similar to what you were saying with like very narrative based, less like sheet based.
It's a lot of more group storytelling than like game mechanics.
Yeah, which I'm not always a fan of, but it's neat in some contexts.
Yeah, and I think it'd be good for this. And also like, so essentially the premise, the overall like story premise of the game is that the world has gone dark. So like this, so this is a direct quote from the game page. I haven't actually bought it or anything. I'm debating. It's the digital version is only $10, so I'm like,
not bad.
It's not bad. But I'm debating on if I want to get a hard copy or not.
Hard copies are usually nice.
They're nice, but that's $35, and it's like,
Yeah.
Which is cheaper than a lot of games. But anyways, so it's 10 days ago the world went dark. 5 days ago, they appeared. Because I believe.
Sorry, I didn't mean to snicker at that.
No, I'm not offended. It's not that game.
I know. It's like it's not bad, but wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it's. I think it's. I mean, like.
No, it's not bad. It's just funny.
Absolutely. But the reason it's that is because I believe there's like modules.
Oh yeah.
With, and I think they have different.
You
like,
can choose who
enemies.
they are. Yeah.
Exactly. And like the way I would do it if we're playing ourselves, I would set it in where we live.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I like how you were like, should I? It's like you can say the city. No one's gonna find us in Salem. No one cares.
I was like, should I?
That's
really
the half moment I had earlier when I said Temecula, and I'm like, whatever. It's a whole
fine.
college, and also I think they have sites all over the place.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Temecula.
Anyway,
but no, yeah. So I'd set it in Salem, and like I'd probably just like take whatever the creature was, and maybe the basic storyline or but like it sounds really easy to just adapt. To
We're gonna fight Old Boy.
We could, but no. My favorite thing about the system is it happens. So it's scene based. So each so stuff happens, and then I believe the GM decides generally when a scene ends.
Oh yeah.
And when a scene ends, a candle is blown out.
Oh, okay. So then when it gets to the end...
So when it gets to the end, you have no candles. And it's played in complete darkness.
That's what I assumed, yeah.
Only the candles. Which is another reason I kind of want the hard copy. Because then if, like, I have the digital copy and I have to pull something up...
Laptop. Right, yeah.
Which, like, could be interesting aesthetically, but, like, also, like, I'd rather not. But no, so at the end of each scene, you have this truths phase. In which you go around the circle, and each player, including the GM, gets to say a truth, and you say a number of truths up to how many candles are lit. So after the first scene, there's 9 candles lit, so you get 9.
That's a lot of truths.
It is.
Is it 9 per person or 9 total?
It's 9 total. So
okay.
You go around.
I was like, that's a lot of truths.
No, it's not that. It's 9. So you start. I don't know exactly who it starts, but essentially you go from one person to the next until 9 truths have been said. And these truths are just things that are true about the world. It could be like there's a gun in that drawer.
Okay.
Or it could be...
Oh, so you decide these things.
Exactly. It's things that you are... This is, like, the most direct control you have over the story.
So when you said truth, my brain was saying, like, truth or dare, and I'm
no.
what? Okay.
Like within the story. So it could be things like, when, like, there's a gun in that drawer. Or it could be things like, I know that he has the thing. Or I also, like, if someone saw something, I also saw that. And they don't have to be good. Like, they... A lot of times the most interesting ones are when a player goes, yeah, no, like, when I fell, I actually broke a rib or something like that. Like, it doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be bad. Or it could just be, like, an information thing.
I know the butler did it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it could be something like that. And I think you can't, like, if you fail something, you can't...
I know I did
succeed. Like, you can't be like, roll, fail, scene ends. These things are true. I didn't fail. Like, that's obviously dumb. Like, you can't do that. But you can say, like, if you're, like, say you're, like, something, you tried to grab something that was washing downstream, and you missed it, you could say, my truth is that it got stuck.
Okay.
So I can still go get it.
I just don't have it now.
I still failed, but now I can retry.
Cool.
You know. Also, if any of the candles go out for any reason, the scene ends and they cannot be relit.
Ooh.
So
you just be a little jerk. Anyway,
you could just be like, the scene is over. And then, like, okay, that's it. And even if it's like,
don't play in my room with the fan going.
Exactly. Like, if the, like, you move your hand too quickly and it goes out, if you like knock 3 candles out in a turn,
oops,
they're not coming back.
I assume when the last candle gets unlit, you die.
I don't know.
Some equivalent.
So essentially, it's like throughout the game, players will die because things happen.
Yeah. People die. It's just how it works.
I believe when complete darkness happens is like anyone who is alive dies. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't. But another interesting thing is at the very beginning of the before play starts. This is the last. So after character creation, but right before play starts, you pass around like a phone.
Yeah.
With an audio recording, and each player gets to record on the same recording. So it's
a death message.
Their final message to the world before they die.
Yep, death message. Okay.
Yeah. And so each player records it, and then at the very end, when everyone is dead, you listen back to it.
Can you include a truth in the death message?
I don't.
Can you have like your final statement be like, "This happened, blank," or like, "In my past, this blank"?
No. I think it's more like.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that would be neat. Like, it's like, oh, I'm dying. Like, in this location, blank. I have this hidden.
No. It's more like this thing is. It's like the first story note. It's
okay.
Like,
yeah.
Before the story starts, one of you goes, "Hey guys, we should record a message in case we die."
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then it's like you're, like it's more the if I am found dead.
Okay, yeah.
This is my last thought for the world.
Oh, okay,
Instead of all right, I'm dying. I buried my gold here. You know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That would be interesting, but I think that's just a different.
It's a different kind of thing. Yeah.
Thing. But.
God, the total darkness in the candles just reminded me. Like, I realized after I've been trying to find an excuse to buy a fog machine. But then I realized, wait, fog machines are just like CO2, like dry ice. That would put out the candles.
That would be good.
That's a good reason. Why did the candle go out? Oh, the fog's too bad.
Too much fog.
Too much fog.
Why did we all die? Too much fog.
Too much fog.
Yeah.
Couldn't see the monster in all that fog.
Yeah. That one. The only problem with that system. Well, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. Like, it's not great for content creation, just due to the lighting scenario.
That's what I was thinking about. It's like, because this one would definitely be one that we'd want to use the recording for when we get the video camera, which I've been working on.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I think it would be okay because I'm also getting one of the lightings, whatever they're called.
Right.
One of the lighting stands, and I could set it to low light, like a blue or a purple.
But honestly, I think this, especially if we're playing ourselves and with like other people, because I'm considering bringing in people we don't usually game with.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's a very simple system, easy to pick up. And even if not the first time, like another time, but we might not want to record this.
That's fair.
Or at least the first time. Maybe we can do a separate one that we record.
That's fair. Yeah, that's definitely
also because Emma, our friend, is house sitting on Halloween.
Oh?
And I was like, that's perfect. maybe we can do it then. So
it's neat aesthetically.
Just as like a home fun little game.
Yeah. I mean, we don't record everything we play, obviously. I have in my other group that we do this. We have about 28 ongoing campaigns concurrently.
Also, I mean, like, we could also run a different one that is recorded if people wanted to see it, or if we just feel like it. Because
that's fine. We don't want to get too many things going at once, though. Also,
yeah, exactly.
Not the same. Run into the same thing that's going on in my other group in this one.
Yeah.
All right. That's a pretty good little preamble. We talked for a while. Alright, you ready to get into it? Do you need the summary, or
no? I'm
remember where you were?
I do.
Hour 10 minutes on the clock.
Yep.
Alrighty, then welcome back, everyone, to the brave new world. Definitely almost hit the stop streaming button instead of the stop music and unmute, which would have been humorous, but not good.
Very short stream today.
Short stream today.
Talk about a game and a little bit of
That's
stuff.
it. Bye-bye.
We're done. Alright.
That's weird. Oh, I put it in the description. Never mind. I was like, this had the later than usual time on it thing, and it's like, oh, that's not in the title. It's the description. Alright. Well then, yes, here we are. So you asked to be taken down to where Orion is, in the lower levels where the riots are going on?
I did.
Alright, so yeah, you have an hour, 10 minutes left on the clock, so you're just letting them lead you down there, I suppose? Okay, so yeah, I assume you, like, uncuff Zinth and whatever else. Do you get out of your engineering uniform so you're leaving those on?
There's no reason.
Okay, yeah. That's fair.
The ruse is on.
The ruse has been, yeah. I couldn't think of anything funnier than that. Okay, yeah. So you start making your way down. He leads you to another, actually this one isn't a movement grid, this is a gyroscopically stabilized satellite. Let me think. Let me remember what it's called. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It's kind of like, just one of those, like, long, not hallways, what's an up and down hallway? A pit? I don't know. A long shaft with kind of like a ladder, rungs periodically. Yeah. Basically just like a long tube. Yeah, and he takes you into this. He basically, yeah, this was just a guard. This wasn't anybody super high up. Yeah, he basically just says that he should be down in level, he should be somewhere around level 8.
Okay. Guess I'll head to level 8 then.
Yeah, so you're just heading down. I mean, like, he stays at the top. Like, he's not gonna go.
Not gonna come with us?
I mean, not unless you could ask him, but he doesn't appear to be.
We don't need him. We'll stop a riot all by ourselves.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you start making your way down?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you start climbing for a little... what order are you going in? Sorry. I forgot that was still in the playlist. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, I think me then Zinth.
Okay, cool. So you start making your way down. You're climbing for a little bit. It's not like a huge place, but it's kind of awkward. The shaft's a little bit cramped. It seems like this isn't like... It looks like there was a staircase down, but for whatever reason it took you to this. You're not quite sure why. But yeah, he took you there. After climbing for a few minutes, not a terribly long time. We'll
pull it up.
Okay. Yeah, it said it's another text message.
Cool.
it says miscalculation in time estimate, recalculating. And yeah, you see the clock kind of like does the thing where all the numbers like do their digital thing, like they all flash through the various things, and then you see it change back to an hour 10, and it goes down to 50 minutes.
These people suck at their job.
You don't even know who this is.
I don't care. Whoever it is bad at what they're supposed to be doing.
It's Ram S, baby.
Ram S, get good.
Thanks.
I just responded with getting good.
You actually sent a text back? Okay. Okay, but yeah, so the countdown's up down a little bit.
Alright, we climb faster.
Okay, so you get to the bottom, you get to about the bottom of the shaft, and you get to the, I already said that. You get to the bottom of the shaft, and you can see that it looks like it comes out on level 9.
Is that where we wanted to go? Or?
He said somewhere around level 8.
Okay. Well,
this is somewhere around
is
level
around
8,
level
but
8.
yeah, could be more, could be less.
Right,
could be 8 exactly.
Is there like a door?
Yeah, there's a hatch here, kind of. This is more like a, when I see you down to the bottom of the shaft and there's an 8, there's kind of like a submarine type hatch like on the floor.
Right. All right.
So it's downwards. Yeah.
Okay, I'll like open it and look through.
Okay, you want to give me a little strength roll? Open that bad boy.
Sometimes I forget things require like strength.
I don't always.
I'm like, anyone could open a thing, and I'm like, no, that's not true.
That's not bad.
7.
7, so success by
8. It's 8.
2. Success by 2. Not bad. Yeah, so you get a little bit of a grip on it. You turn the little hatch thing pretty easily. Then you go to lift it. It's pretty heavy. It is mostly metal, but it looks like once you get it up like an inch, it has like a mechanism to help with it.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle, but you get it open. Yeah, you peer down into it. It looks like just a hallway, white hallway.
Okay.
Just looking straight down anyway. I assume that's what you wanted.
Yeah, can I like lean over and look to see if there's any people in the hallway?
Yeah, you lean down and kind of like put your head around, look around. Is that what you're doing? Yeah. You look around. You don't see any people in the hallway. You can see periodically about every 30 feet there's kind of like a door and like one of those small like window things that slides open and closed. This hallway doesn't quite look padded, but it's definitely out of a I don't know what the right harder but more sturdy but softer, kind of like a denser material, you can tell.
Something that could like absorb impact.
Yeah, a little bit more impact resistance. It's a little bit more muffled in here, kind of sound resistant.
About how far away are we from the ground?
From the ground? Oh, you're like 14 feet. It's not super far, but
still could.
Yeah, definitely low enough that you wouldn't necessarily take fall damage, but you could land wrong.
Right. Yeah. I'll like lower myself down.
Okay. Yeah.
As I can and then drop.
Yeah. So you just put your hands on the rim, lower down, and then drop. Okay. Give me a DX roll.
Sure. I got better.
You did.
That's not bad.
What's that?
9, 10, 11. So it's
11. Yeah. No. Just fine. Yeah. You drop down a little bit of like an impact. So just kind of like, oof,
right.
But like, yeah. No damage. You're just fine. You feel the floor kind of like compresses a little bit underneath you, and then obviously, yeah, redistributes. Yeah. So then let's see. Zint's gonna jump down. Yeah, Zint's fine. He lands in front of you. And Ruby. Yep, Ruby same. Just like that. Ruby just hops down behind you guys. Alright, so yeah, you're in this hallway.
Alright. Is there any doors that are different than the ones with the like hatches?
Different than the ones with the hatches. You can see there's a door on the far end of the hall, and on the other end of the hall there's a corner you can't see around. But other than that, they all appear pretty uniform.
Okay. Then I'm gonna head towards the one that at
the end of the hall?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking our audio levels really quick. Turn on the music a little bit. Okay. Should be fine, because I checked beforehand, but who knows? Right. Who knows at this point?
Things change constantly.
Yep. Okay, but yeah. Would you say the door at the far end of the hall?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you head over to the door at the far end of the hall, without really any problems. As you pass by some of the doors, you can hear kind of like, not quite banging, but like rattling behind them, some muffled sounds. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying like you need to investigate those. I was just letting you know
those
if you wanted to.
People that would kill me.
Oh?
I don't know.
Okay.
Generally, the more locked up they are, the more dangerous they are.
That's fair.
Especially with a
change of scenery.
Scenery.
That's fair.
I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't kill me, but
Probably not good people.
It's not my job to deal with them.
No, it's definitely not.
It's like actively not my job.
So you get to this door at the far end.
Right.
Yeah, it's a pretty big. That's not true. It's bigger than these smaller doors you've been passing, is what I meant. It's a little bit larger than an average door. Kind of like the size of a double door, maybe like average double door, a foot higher. It's kind of like one of these slide down from the ceiling type things.
Okay.
It looks like it's covered in the same material as the walls surrounding it, but you can see there's one of the like a window in it, and you can see it's probably like a half foot of this metallic material.
Can I open
the window? Oh,
or is it just like...
It's a door. It is a whole door.
Right, but like...
The window? The window appears to be like a solid panel of some kind of... It's something. It's transparent. Okay. It's yeah.
Alright.
It doesn't look like it's openable, though. It's built into the surface. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's fine. No. What do I see through the window?
Through the window.
Yeah.
Through the window, you can see another... It looks like another... not another. It looks like a continuation of this hallway, kind of the same basic layout, same structure. You can see it's a little bit darker in there. Not like lights are missing, but kind of like they're dimmed a bit. You can see at least one door open from where you are. Other than that, not a lot looks different.
Alright, well, a door open is progress, I guess. I'll attempt to open this door.
Okay. You don't see any physical mechanisms, but you can see there is a access panel to the side.
Alright, can I pop it off the wall?
Pop it off the wall?
Or,
no, I'm just making sure that's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, give me a, engineer electronics -2.
Yay. Nope. That's a fail by 2.
Okay, yeah, you try to find some purchase around it, but it's kind of built into the wall pretty good here. There's this surrounding material that's keeping it pretty locked in place. Yeah?
Can I just access it then?
Yeah, you want to just turn it on. Okay, yeah, you turn it on, and it basically says, like, further area quarantined. That's just what's directly on the screen when you turn it on.
Alright. Can I poke around and see if I can find somewhere to, like, unlock the door?
Oh, yeah, sure. Just give me a computer operation for that, just to poke around.
Yep.
Nothing too complicated.
That's not bad.
It's not great.
That's not great. That's close. That's the 6 minutes or fail by.
Failure by 2. Let me see. Yeah, you find a few things. You find like, oh, like here's the reason for quarantine. Oh, here's like some override things in general, and here's like the locking mechanism. But you didn't find something specifically to open this door.
Okay.
You could look a little more, or you could try something else. Up to you.
Can I go to one of the overrides and try the code I have been using?
Oh yeah, sure. You can attempt that. That's what you'd like to do.
Yes.
Okay. There's 3 of them. Which one would you like to try? One specifically?
Is there a difference?
Yeah, they have different serial numbers on them.
They're just numbered.
Yeah, they're just numbers.
I'll just try them each.
Okay. In sequence, or?
Yeah, just in sequence.
Okay, yeah. You try the first one. You punch in the little code.
Yeah.
Okay. You punch in the code, and after a moment, you see kind of like the door. You hear like a light, like a tss, and the door slowly raises up. Yeah.
Cool.
This took a little bit longer than would have been nice if you were able to get the panel off in the first place. That's about 10 minutes. So you're at about 40 minutes.
All right.
Okay, yeah, but the door slides up open there.
Okay. I'll get us through and then close it behind me.
Okay, yeah.
And see if I can reactivate the locking.
Oh, you want to close it behind you?
Yes.
Okay. There's not a panel on this side.
Does it close behind me?
You go through. Are you just gonna wait a second, or what are you doing? Yeah, you go through, and after a few moments, it doesn't appear to be closing.
That's probably not optimal. But what are we gonna do? So,
okay, yeah,
I'll keep
that's
going.
fair. Okay, so as you kind of walk through here, you noticed a little bit when you first opened the door, a little bit of it, like a not quite a smell, but a little bit kind of like when you get in on an airplane, kind of like it's a little bit different. After going through here a little bit longer, can you give me an IQ roll? Ooh, pretty good.
That's 10.
Okay, yeah, you recognize this. Its purpose could be whatever, but you recognize this. You can tell the atmosphere in here has a much higher helium concentrate, which is interesting. But yeah, that's what you notice. You're like, its pressure's a little bit weird in here. You're not sure why exactly. But yeah,
Helium is flammable.
it is. Yes.
So probably don't use fire or sparks. Sparks would be bad too.
Yeah, I mean those are true things you just said.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you noticed. So you're just heading forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this hallway looks much the same. You see a turn in the hallway, a corner at the far end, and you see like there's one open door in this hallway. The rest are still all sealed.
Okay. I'm gonna like go up to the edge of the door and like, peek around and see if anyone's in the room.
Okay, peek around. You can't see the whole room. You can see about half of it. You can see a bunk. From here, you can see kind of like a bunk and a sink. You can see slumped against between the bunk and the sink. You can see what looks like a guard. Somebody in a guard's uniform, anyway.
Are they moving?
Yeah, you can see like some jagged breath movements.
All right. If they're alive, that's good enough for me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep walking carefully.
Okay, that's fair. Sorry, you don't like when I pick up my dice.
Well, I mean,
okay, yeah.
I can't not like it because it doesn't. I have no idea what it means.
So as you look around, you see that, and you're like, okay, let's keep moving. He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine. He's breathing.
Yeah.
At least.
Okay, so you take a step. You take a step in front of the door. You feel sorry. Let me rephrase that. You take a few steps, and then you notice your feet. So you're wow! My tongue isn't working. Okay.
Oh, no.
You notice your footsteps are getting a little bit like more slippery than they were a second ago. You look down, you see there's like a light. Every now and then you can see there's a footprint that has like a light imprint of like some blood. Not dried, so decently recent.
So...
Not a lot of it either. Just like it looks like one shoe print every like 6 or 7 feet, light imprint, but enough that you were able to notice it.
Okay, that's not fun. Okay. Oh, that guy's probably gonna die. It's okay. He's not on my table.
I was going away from the door.
Oh, going away? Yeah.
Oh, just making sure you knew that.
I got that. I mean, I'm assuming it's his blood, and someone hurt him.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Okay.
Not I. I'm not testing it. I
Okay.
don't know his DNA.
Yeah, I guess.
All of those were true.
Yeah, I just didn't like him.
I cannot tell a lie.
Okay.
It's not true.
As I look scrupulously at your character sheet.
I'm not. I'm charitable. I'm not.
So you're just gonna keep heading forward, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, mouthful of ice. Just heading to the corner?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go around the corner.
You're gonna go to it?
I'm gonna go to the corner and look.
Okay, yeah. And at this point, you can see that Ruby has her weapon drawn, just kind of like up at the ready. Yeah.
As I'm walking, I'm gonna pull out.
It's up to you.
They both seem dangerous, but I'm gonna pull out my baton
Mm-hmm.
because I can still hit people with it without zapping them, right?
Yeah. Okay, you thought of that.
Okay,
yeah.
That's why I said fire would be bad.
Okay,
Sparks.
yeah.
Sparks would also be
I wasn't
bad.
sure, because I thought you'd figure out the gun, but I was like, oh, baton, did you think of that? Anyway.
Because, like, I can hit people with
That's
a
true,
gun,
yeah.
but my baton is more made for that.
That's fair, yeah. No, you can definitely do that, yeah.
I'm also gonna look to Ruby and
Mhm.
say, don't shoot.
She's-
Just hit.
Okay, she cocks an eyebrow at you.
Helium in the atmosphere, not the most.
Oh, gotcha. I was wondering what that smell was.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay.
So,
Okay, yeah.
fire bad. That's not my voice.
No, it's not.
We'll move on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I assumed that wasn't in character, but I don't know. My bad. Yeah, that isn't your voice, though. You are correct.
I do this every time.
Not every time.
Almost every time.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't in.
You head to the corner. You can tell as you're walking through this hallway, there's a lot more like actual banging on the doors. You can hear yelling, but none of the words are making it through the padding.
Right.
But yeah, it definitely seems like more people are up and at it in this little corridor.
Thanks. Okay. That's great.
Okay, yeah, you get to the corner. You're at the corner.
Yeah. All right. Then I'm gonna just look, like lean my head out.
Okay, you lean your head. Ooh. You lean your head around, and you can see you don't see any more doors here. You can see kind of like a large, not large, sorry. You can see a section that has like kind of like that barred off area, kind of like you'd see when it'd be heading into like the out of the what's the word I'm looking for, prisoner area.
Right.
So you can see that on two sides, and you can see on the floor and the ceiling, you can see a kind of like projector where you did. Yeah, we'll call it a projector, where you can see there would be like an energy shielding. It doesn't appear to be up actively.
Okay.
But no more doors around this corner that you see.
So this kind of looks like entrance / exit to where like prisoners are kept.
Yeah, looks like it.
All right. And are there more footprints going through this way?
It looks like they've been getting lighter and lighter the further you go on.
Okay.
There could be, but you can't. You've lost track of them.
But they were going this way.
They were going this direction, but you've lost track of them at this point.
All right. Yeah. All right. Then I'll continue on around the corner.
Okay. You can around the corner. Do you head through that gate area?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You get to the gate, and you can see this is kind of like it looks almost like a security booth. You can see as you step through here, you can see there's another identical one about 20 feet ahead, and it looks like it heads into a stairwell. You can see in this area there's kind of like you can see there's a desk, another side door that looks like it's metal and kind of reinforced, and you can see there's a security camera in the top corner of this room, like visibly.
Right. Is there anyone behind the desk?
You can't see from where you are.
Can I get closer to it?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a desk. It's not like a desk that's blocking the whole hallway. It's like a desk in a room you can walk in. Okay, I'm just making sure you understood. Yeah, you can get closer. You don't see anybody still behind it, no.
That's worrisome.
Okay.
People are supposed to be doing their job.
People are supposed to be behind desks on average.
On average. Not all desks.
Okay.
There's some desks.
Not all desks should have people behind them.
No.
It's a fun fact of the day.
I'm trying to think of a desk that wouldn't.
I don't know. Thought of one?
I don't know, like a detention desk. You don't want people in there.
That's fair, I guess. Maybe interrogation desk.
What's a janitor?
That's a table, you're right. Anyway! I
don't know, maybe like a coroner's office desk.
I think you do want people behind these desks.
No.
Anyway, that's enough desks.
That's enough for desks.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, no, nobody's behind the desk.
These people gotta up their
Yeah?
personnel. Hire better people.
Hire better ones?
Less
Hire new ones every month, Ian.
Less likely to die.
They hire new ones every month.
I know.
Okay.
They gotta be better. Next ones, I'm telling you. I'm gonna talk to this man. I'm gonna talk to Orion and be like, listen.
Alright.
Up your standards. Okay, then. Alright, then I guess I'll head towards the next, like, checkpoint station.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, you do. Okay, so you head down to the stairs on the other side. Is that what you're doing? Okay, yeah, you head down to the stairs. It looks like a pretty standard stairwell. It just goes down to the next level. You just want to head down, or? By it goes down to the next level, I mean there's a big sign on the wall with a down arrow that says 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll head down the stairs.
Okay, you head down. Yeah, so you head down the stairs. There's one corner. You turn around. You can just see there's another one of these gates, kind of, that you just passed through.
Can I see anyone at this one? And is it also like deactivated?
This one you can see it's kind of flickering on and off.
Okay.
So yes and no. You don't see anybody from this angle.
Right. All right. I'll approach it.
Okay, yeah, you're at it.
Okay.
At the gate. Yeah.
How? When you say flickering, is it like more off than on, or more on than off?
More off than on, but it flickers on every few. I don't know, just kind of erratically, whenever.
So it doesn't look. It looks more like it's broken and trying to work than it's working and
yeah,
kind of has a glitch. Okay, that means someone probably broke it.
That's how broken things work sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah. About 50-50, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say.
Alright, then I'll just try. I'll slip through.
Okay, yeah.
The gaps happen to people.
Yeah, that's not terribly difficult. You just do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is pretty much the same kind of room. You can see the side door, and you can see the other side door. You can see the door you just came in, the door on the other side, and the side door to the side of that. The camera on the thing, and another desk. There is somebody behind this one.
Do they look
Yeah, he looks fine. Panicked, but fine.
Okay, is he wearing like a guard uniform?
Yeah, he's wearing like a guard uniform. You can see he's kind of crouched down on the side you came into the room, opposite to the one that leads into the rooms, and he's kind of like crouched down.
Has he seen this yet?
Yeah, he sees you.
Just making sure. I don't want to like spook him and have him shoot me.
Yeah, no, he sees you. He just kind of gave you like a slight nod when you came in.
Okay.
But yeah, you can see he's kind of crouched down, kind of like warily peering around the desk every now and then. He's got some kind of firearm.
Right. I'm gonna like go over beside him and crouch down to say, so what happened today?
Oh, you're just asking him that? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry, I thought there was gonna be more. That's why I paused. Okay,
just that.
Yeah. We had a prisoner get out on the upper level. Wouldn't be much of a problem. Looks like he's been stowing things. Not sure how he got all. He got some kind of electronic equipment he got out of the main containment area. Usually they'd be trying to break their way up. We don't know why he's heading down, but it's been causing some problems. He's been letting out some more troublesome folks in the lower level.
Right.
Right now we're just trying to hold the gate.
Well, I'm looking for the warden. Is he down here?
Going the right way.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work, I guess. And then I'll stand up.
Okay, yeah. You stand up. You can see the... Yeah. Sorry. I didn't know what that's. My brain stopped upon that slight point you gave me for a second. that was too much. Anyway,
it's like small hand circles, man.
Yeah. So you're continuing forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you continue forward. You can see the one on this side in the interior is completely busted. I mean, you can see there's like definitely a pretty clear impact mark in the corner of the bottom one. Yeah.
Okay.
As you're heading forward, this is another one of these longer hallways. This one, the lights are not dimmed, but you can see they're tinted a slight red. You can see they're kind of like pulsing slowly.
So does this look like an alarm state?
Kind of, yeah.
Right.
Looks like a silent alarm state, yeah.
Cool.
A lot more doors. Actually, a lot less doors per footage.
Right.
Like less doors overall in this hallway, but you can see a lot more of them are open. More are open than are closed.
Yay! Love me some prison breaks. Love me those.
And as you step through this smaller gate inside, can you give me a will roll?
I can. Oh well. Nope, that's real bad. That's 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, this is failure by 3? Okay.
5. Oh wait, no, sorry.
What?
No.
Okay.
It's 3. It's
Yeah.
just my on
Yeah.
Mac it doesn't do the thing where it automatically.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Yeah.
it still says 10 on mine. That's why.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
Macs
was
are
really
good.
bothered. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm doing the thing, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, so you step through and you're getting kind of like a slight droning headache in the back of your head.
You guys getting that?
Yeah, not sure. Yeah, Zint just says, yeah, not sure what's up with that. And Ruby just says, not getting anything.
Well, my guess is some sort of psionic, either interference or something.
Yeah, Zint just kind of says, yeah, we were expecting that. Didn't know what level it started on.
Yeah. Well, turns out it's 8.
Alrighty.
Hopefully we'll never need that information again.
What's up?
Let's keep going.
30 minutes.
Alright. I'll up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
Not even quite jogging. Walking quickly, but still cautiously.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, there's another corner up ahead.
I hate corners. It's not true. They're useful and required for designing things in space.
I don't have an answer to that. Yeah.
That's just a fact.
Yeah, I guess. I think corners are required in most architecture.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'd like to see you make a building without them.
You could. Circular building. I don't have corners.
I'd argue that's a corner.
Technically, it's infinite corners.
I'd argue that it's just a very gradual corner.
I mean...
Mm-hmm.
Because corners, I believe, are technically come to a point.
Do they?
I believe a corner is technically the intersection of two walls.
I'd believe that.
So, or the intersection of two things.
Okay. I guess a circular building would count then.
There's not many of those, so it doesn't really matter.
No, there aren't. But yeah, there's another corner up ahead.
All right. I'll do the same thing with this one where I come up and stop and then look.
Okay, you come up and stop. You can see this one. Around this one, you can see the hallway keeps going. There isn't one of these gates immediately there. You can see another corner past there. You can see to the sides of the thing, the hallway, sides of the hallway, there's a few more open doors, but you also see a few people, definitely an inmate garb, kind of leaning against the, not like leaning against the walls, like on the ground, kind of like haphazardly, like ragdolled against the walls, kind of like leaning on the floor.
So does it look like they're lounging or they've like
unconscious?
Okay.
Looks unconscious.
Right. I was like, if they're just like comfy, I don't know.
They're just chilling, boy.
They're like having a smoke.
Yeah, no, they definitely look like these are not comfortable positions they're in.
Oh, thank goodness.
There's about 3 of them.
Inmates to be comfortable.
Yeah, there's about 3 of them.
All right. Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Are they in such a way that I can like go around each one of them? Like,
oh, they're like the sides of the hallway.
Exactly.
You could just walk straight through the center.
I know, but like,
what do you mean?
If one of them is not fully like out, I want to.
You want to give them a wide berth,
like, enough space that like.
You can get around one of them. 2 of them are pretty much opposite sides of the hallway directly.
All right, then I'll do that with the one. And then
okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you get past all of them pretty much. As you pass by one of the last 2, you hear some light stirring, but like breathing quickens a little bit and light stirring, but you don't see any real movement. Doesn't get up or anything or say anything.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be looking over my shoulder.
Okay.
Okay. That's
yeah, Zinth and Ruby follow.
All right. Then we'll just keep heading on.
Okay, yeah. So keep heading on. There's another large, pretty large swath of hall here. You can see pretty much every door on this block is open.
Ah, gosh, gotta love open doors. So many opportunities. Actually, I'm assuming these rooms all just kind of look the same.
Yeah, more or less looking into them. Yeah, these ones look a little bit different than the ones on level 9 did, but pretty much the same.
Cool. Then I'm not gonna stop and investigate anything.
Okay, so you're just walking straight ahead.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah. So you can see up ahead after you walk for a little bit further. You can see another one of the another one similar to the gates you passed through at the top. A little bit different. This one definitely has a larger door, and it's not energy. It's definitely physical, like this large metal door. And you can see it's kind of like you can hear like a motor whining from here, kind of like grinding sound. You can see the door's about half open, and you can't tell what, but there's something jammed in it. It looks like keeping it open. You can't tell what from here. You can just see, like, something. It's pretty far off still.
Okay. Head towards that, then.
Okay, yeah. So you start heading that way. And after about, you get halfway down the hall. You've passed quite a few doors. You hear kind of, like, behind you, kind of, like a metal on metal, like somebody banging a pipe or something, just kind of, like, pretty methodical, kind of just like a...
Alright. Drop all your dice.
I know, I did do that. I dropped all of them, actually.
I'm gonna look behind me. Let's keep walking.
Okay, you look behind you, you keep walking. You see, it looks like out of one of the doorways you passed, you can see an inmate standing there, kind of like, not just out of the doorway, kind of. He looks like a pretty decently sized guy, like fit, not ripped or anything.
Right.
You can see he kind of has like it looks almost like probably like a bedpost, kind of like a metal pole, but like ripped off jaggedly from something else. Just kind of like banging it against the door, the inside of the metal door.
He's behind me.
Good ways behind you, kind of almost at the start of the hallway.
Is he looking at us?
Yeah, he's looking at you.
But he's not moving.
He's not moving.
I'm just gonna nod to him.
Okay.
Does he acknowledge me?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm gonna murmur to Zing and just kind of, well, both of them, because they're behind me, and just tell them to keep an eye on her.
Okay. To both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zinth has been kind of like eyeing. He hasn't fully turned his head, but he's kind of been like eyeing like peripheral vision behind him. As you say that though, Ruby just kind of like nudges your shoulder. She doesn't say anything, but she kind of nudges your shoulder. Actually, no, she does say something. Sorry. She nudges you first, and she just kind of says, "Captain, surrounded." And she kind of like does like a head nod towards some of the doorways nearby. you like to take a look?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah, you can see those inmates at almost all the doors in this hall, like to the sides of you, behind you, and a few in front. Kind of just like at the doorways now, after you heard the sound for a few seconds.
What are you standing there?
So far?
Alright. I'm gonna slow down a little bit.
Oh, you're gonna slow down? Okay.
Yeah. But I'll just keep walking.
Okay. Sure.
No,
No, that was...
I'm gonna essentially go from a quick walk to like a regular walking speed.
Okay. That wasn't like a you're gonna die, okay? That was just kind of like, sure. Just a second, I'm not sure what that roll means. That's not a roll I expected. Give me a second.
It's alright.
What do you have? No.
Not much.
Okay, yeah, no. So after you keep walking for a little ways, you get to kind of like there's two more doors, four more doors, one on parallel to each other, so two and two at the end of the hall. And from the first row, kind of like almost at the very end, everybody's been pretty stationary. One guy kind of steps out now, kind of like pretty much in front of your path. Kind of a bigger guy, not huge, but like he's definitely more muscular.
All right. Probably the leader then. Maybe, I don't know. He's the one who stepped out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get up. How far away from me is he?
Like 15 feet.
Can I come within like 10 feet? Maybe take like a couple more steps.
That's fine. Yeah.
Then stop. And then I'll just kind of smile at him and say, "Hello. What's your name?"
Okay. That's not what he says. Sorry.
I didn't.
Do you want to roll diplomacy? Or is this what you're trying to do? Are you trying to talk your way out of this?
Yeah.
Give me a diplomacy.
All right. All right. Let's hope this works.
That's pretty good. 8? No, yeah, 8.
Yeah, 8.
So this is success by 6 plus voice. That's pretty good. Okay, honest face does not help you here.
No.
That's pretty good, yeah. Okay. I mean, you didn't ask much, but he kind of looks you up. He kind of pauses it, like he was definitely looking at Zinth, kind of eyeing him up and down, and then he hears you speak, and he kind of like pointedly looks down, very pointedly looks down at you from where his eyes were at Zinth's level.
I get it.
Zinth's level, and he kind of like doesn't quite cock his eyebrow, but he does that thing where his like head turns back a little bit questioningly.
Right.
And he just quietly says, "Bradley." He looks like he was about to say something else, but he stopped himself.
Right.
So that's what he says. He just says Bradley.
Bradley. Wonderful to meet you. My name's Benjamin Newman. Are you in charge of these fine folks?
No one's in charge around here.
Right. Well, so here's the thing. Well, obviously I don't work here.
He just nods at that, yeah, slowly.
Absolutely no affiliation or interest, or nor do I care at all about this facility whatsoever. It means nothing to me. I have no connection to it. I'm here to take the warden away.
Good wording. Give me another diplomacy roll. Good wording. Okay.
Okay. Ooh, that's the same roll.
Okay, pretty good. Can you give me that one? I'm sorry, I dropped it again. I dropped it again.
I dropped it.
Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, he kind of pauses a second. You see he kind of looks up. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Chin up, kind of looks over you at it looks like at the people behind him.
Right.
And then he looks back down. He kind of steps not a lot, but he takes a step to the side and kind of like stops facing forward and faces like to the other side of the hallway. His eyes still at you.
All right. I will smile at him and say, "I appreciate you not attacking me. That is, well, kind of low standards, but quite nice." And then I'll cautiously Not like obviously like, but
Yeah.
like I'll start walking
Yeah.
forward.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you start walking forward, no problem. Just right past him and everything.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I'll as I'm like
Mhm.
going past him, I'll give him like a thank you little salute.
Yeah, you give him that little salute, and he gives you back kind of like the two fingers of his eyes back at you. I don't know if there's a name for that, but yeah, like
Yeah.
the watching you kind of thing.
I'll just like nod and
Okay,
like,
yeah.
put my hands up. I haven't like put my weapon away or anything, but like I'll like give deference to him.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, so you continue past. Are you still watching as you continue past, or once you passed him, are you just eyes back at the door?
I'm just gonna keep looking forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna hope that Zims keeps his eyes on them.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I'll like glance back at Zims and like make significant eye contact. Like
At what point?
like as we pass them,
Mhm.
like after I'm sure that we're all past them, I'm gonna kind of like look back at Zims and
Okay.
look forward.
So slightly before then, you hear like a quiet, like not like loud or aggressively, just kind of like almost under his breath, just like a what? You hear from Zed just like a what? No, yeah, whatever. Yeah, and after you look back, you can see the bigger guy is just like holding. It looks like he's holding Zin's firearm. You can see like his holster at his side is empty, and Zin just kind of like shrugs at you. Yeah.
Alright, so they took his gun, but they
Yeah.
didn't take my stick. That's good.
You know. I mean, they also didn't take Ruby's gun.
That's true.
It looks like he just like. I mean, yeah, you don't have any real like body sense skills, but
Fair enough.
yeah, and then Zin just kind of shrugs at you.
Well,
I mean, they're not pointing at you guys or anything.
Right.
He's just kind of examining it as you guys continue walking.
well, hopefully that doesn't shoot us in the back. Literally. Alright. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep going towards the door.
All right, yeah, yeah. You get to this door, no problem. This door is kind of, you can see it's jammed open. Now that you're a lot closer, you can see what looks like. Not what looks like. You're close enough now that you know. You can see it kind of looks like there's a pretty large metal rod. You haven't seen any structures around here that look like they would have like a metal rod of this size, and like it's the right kind of metal for what you see. But you haven't seen anything that's like looks like this really. But definitely this large metal rod kind of like at an angle placed kind of like on the edge where this door is, and you can see this rod is also definitely kind of has like a guard impaled through the middle.
That's
He's not moving.
gruesome.
But yeah, and it looks like this rod is kind of, you can hear like it's much louder when you're right here. This kind of like the gears grinding, like the door's trying to close and it just can't.
Alright. Well, that's good for us in theory. So,
Okay.
I mean, we gotta get through the door somehow. Is there like an access panel in this one too?
Yeah.
Um.
On the inside of this one though, not on the outside.
Okay. Alright, then we'll duck under the door.
Okay, yeah.
Get past there.
Yeah, it's a good like 5 feet off the ground.
Oh.
You don't have to duck much, but
Right.
just a little bit. Yeah, significantly more for Zinth. But
Big game.
yeah, no, you step through here. It looks like this is another how do I describe this area? This looks more like it's reminiscent of an airlock. You can see kind of like what you'd recognize. Actually, you have a spacer, right?
I do.
Give me a spacer.
Yes, that's 5, 6.
This is like reminiscent of like kind of like a disinfectant chamber.
Oh.
Kind of like what you'd have like if you're going to like a, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're like a planet with just any kind of like epidemic or outbreak, they'd have you be like, okay, on the airlock, we're gonna strip down, step through this, it's gonna spray you off, like hose you down, whatever. It looks reminiscent of that.
Interesting.
And there's another one of these same doors on the other side. This one's not jammed open, it seems to be closed currently.
Okay. So does this one also have an access panel on this?
Yeah, it does.
On the inside? Okay, I'll go up to the access panel and just try and access it, I guess.
Okay, give me a computer operation.
Yep.
That's not great. That's
12, 13, so that's a
Success by one. Yeah, you basically end up at that same override menu you ended up at earlier.
Alright, then I'll just pop the number into
To which one?
the first one.
Okay, you pop it into the first one, nothing happens here.
Alright, I'm gonna jump to the second.
Okay, you pop into the second one. The code's accepted, but nothing happens here. You hear the grinding stop behind you.
Oh, that's nice. Then I'll go to the third.
Okay. You go to the third, you type in the code, and you get a little flashing message across the screen, insufficient permissions.
Dang it! Does it look like there's any, like, operator in this room, or is it, like, an automatic kind of
I
thing?
mean, there's a guy who impaled through a pipe.
Okay.
That's the only guy in here.
Okay, so there's no, like, window to another room that's, like, observing this?
Oh, no, not really. You can see there's a camera in the top right.
Alright, I'm gonna turn to look at the camera and say, hey, can you get this door open? I need to see the warden.
Okay. Where did I just set my dice? They're
handed
in my
them
lap.
to
They're in my lap. Okay, you do that and you wait like a moment, nothing really. 20
Alright.
minutes.
How many?
20 minutes.
20 minutes! I need time!
Yeah, nothing visibly happens when you do that.
Alright, then... So, is there, like... How is this attached to how is the access panel attached? Like...
Access panel attached. In here, there's kind of it looks like it's sticking off the wall a little bit, kind of like a security guard, like a door thing where you'd like slide a key card and it's out enough that you could do something like that.
Right.
It looks like it has like a thin kind of clear plastic-esque coating on it, kind of like a waterproofing thing.
Okay.
You can't. It looks like it is just kind of like you can't tell quite how it's attached, but it's definitely sticking out a good portion, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like where it's attached isn't visible; it's covering
Right.
itself.
Yeah, because I was just wondering if I could tell if it was like a screws or something.
Hard to tell.
Okay. Because I have multiple things I can help.
Yeah, no, it's difficult to tell.
Yeah. I'm going to
Yeah.
go into my toolkit
Mm-hmm.
and pull out like maybe just like a screwdriver. Or
Okay,
something
yeah,
of
you can do
the
that.
type and try and like poke around.
Are you just trying to pry the panel off, or what are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to like.
Yeah, I just need to know what you're attempting.
Yeah,
Sorry. You're not sure.
Well, no, I just. You said there was like a plastic covering.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Can I get that off?
Oh yeah, easy.
I'm trying to get. That
You don't even need to roll for that.
Okay,
You can just pry that off easy.
perfect. What do I see under there?
Under there, you can see it kind of looks like. You can see kind of like It looks like you can first of all you can see all the indents for the buttons, kind of like where there's what what it looks like when you take off like
Right,
a
yeah.
like yeah. You know what I mean, like the
Yeah.
underside of the buttons, kind of like
Exactly.
they have the rubber coating off of them. You can see some light wiring. You can see like the top layer of circuitry, and you can see kind of like around the monitor. You can see kind of like all the casings off the monitor. You can see where it's attached and everything.
Okay. Okay. Can I? So I can see like how it's attached.
Yeah.
And stuff. Can I use gizmos to have the correct tool to get it off?
Yeah, you can. It's an unusual tool, but you have a lot of tools. I'll allow it.
Cool. Then I happen to recognize it, and I'm like, I have that one, and I'll pull it out.
Yeah.
And then get to work detaching that.
Yeah, can you just give me electronics repairs?
Yes.
Yeah, electronics repairs are definitely close enough.
No, that's not great. That's 16.
16, your electronics repairs 14. Yeah, you get it about halfway off, and then kind of like you've like almost stripped something.
Right.
So like you can definitely do it. It's just gonna take a little bit longer.
Okay.
So you basically equivalent of stripped a screw
Right.
on accident.
It's like partially off.
Yeah, it's partially off. I think it's about half off. Are you just gonna rip it off?
I was gonna have Zinth rip it off. Yeah.
It's definitely off enough. It's kind of like you have the bottom two screws off, and it's kind of like hinging on the top one.
All right. I'm just gonna turn to Zinth and say, hey, do you think you can get that off?
Yeah, I think so.
Go for it.
He kind of reaches. He kind of looks. So he puts his hands on it, and he starts to move it a little bit, and then he turns back and says, "I'm still worried about sparks."
You're right.
I mean, like he doesn't. He's like still wait. He still has his hands on it. Like he's waiting if you want him to do it, but he turns and says that.
Yeah, that might be. Oh was almost Australian. That was good.
Yeah, it's close.
Same
I don't
accent.
care.
And it's the same root.
Here in a prison, it's fitting.
That's fair. Yeah. Is that racist?
Should I have said that? I don't know.
I mean, it was a prison colony.
It was. This is literal.
That's actually what it was. Other than like the Aboriginal people.
Yeah.
That's the white people.
But that's not usually who we're referring to.
No. They're fine. They can do their own thing.
Yeah.
They should do their own thing.
They should.
Alright, we don't have much time. At this point, I'll just say, just rip it off carefully.
Okay. Give him a little strength roll. Oh, yeah, no problem. Okay, Ian.
Yeah.
Higher or lower?
We got slowed today. Lower.
Ooh, okay, nothing. No sparks.
Oh, alright.
No sparks happen. Yeah, it kind of rips off pretty seamlessly. You can see all the circuitry underneath.
Alright. I would like to attempt to, like...
Yeah, give me an engineer electronics and then an electronics repair.
Alright. Alright, so my engineer was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Success by 5, that's definitely good enough. Or wait, success by 4, still good enough.
Yeah.
Then give me the repair. That's a 14 skill.
Yeah.
That's a 14 skill.
It's not bad. That's really good. That's 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, not bad. You have a pretty good idea of what's connected to what. You got a decent idea from when it was still connected, like, oh, this is attached to this, attached to this. And you mess around with it for a little while. Yeah, and you can definitely, after a moment, you kind of like hot wire together, just kind of like bump, and you hear the motor on this door start whining.
Alright. Is it going up?
Yeah, it's going up. Not incredibly quickly, but it's
Alright.
going up.
I'm gonna wait until I have just enough space to, like, not like crawl under it, but like
So
duck
like
under
2.5,
it.
3 feet.
Yeah. Like
Okay, yeah.
that.
Yeah, you do so. At about 4 feet, you hear it kind of get stuck, but that's definitely big enough for
Alright.
for y'all to get through.
Okay.
Yeah. You got about 12 minutes at this point. That took a little bit of time.
Okay, that's fine. What do I see on this side of the door?
On this side of the door, you see a lot of knocked out inmates. First of all, and then from there on, you can see another kind of like a spiral staircase downwards.
Down. Alright.
And it says 7 through 5 on it.
7 through 5. 3 floors.
Yeah.
I almost did math wrong.
Almost.
That was close.
That is 3 floors. Okay, I had to count 2.
I was like, that. How do numbers? What happens? Okay, yeah. I'll jog down this.
Okay, are you heading down just all the way down? No, I just need to know.
Yeah, I'm just heading towards the staircase.
Okay, oh, you're heading to the staircase. Sorry, I thought you said jog down.
No, I want to go toward... I mean, I want to, make it to the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
And if I see Orion past the staircase, I'm gonna go to him. But like... I'm assuming I'm probably gonna be going down, but...
Yeah. As you step through here, as you head towards the staircase, you can see this is another. The doors kind of probably made this like pretty obvious, but this is another like kind of guard area, not a prisoner area. And you can see there's a good amount of like camera terminals on the wall, all labeled with like floors and like locations. And you do briefly see as you're glancing around, you see Orion on a monitor that's labeled level 3.
I gotta get to level 3 real fast. Okay, then, to the staircase.
Okay.
And all the way down.
Okay, so you get down to the bottom where it says 5. You can see there's 2 doors, one that says level 5, and the other one that says like access.
I'm gonna go to access.
Okay, you're gonna go to access?
Yeah.
Okay. 10 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, so, I forget, did you tell everyone about this timer?
Yeah.
Okay, I just couldn't remember.
I believe I mentioned our time.
I'm pretty sure you did, I just couldn't remember for sure. So you're all just still heading as a group, I'm just confirming that? Okay. Yeah.
You don't need to this time.
Okay, yeah. No, so you get to access. You can see there's quite a few tunnels. There's about 4 heading in different directions. They're not labeled.
Are there any that like I can look down and I see them go down?
They all go down.
All go down?
Yes.
Are there are there sounds coming from any of them?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let me see.
Like maybe Sons of Ryan.
Hmm? Oh, sounds of rioting?
Yeah,
Okay.
or like anything, really.
Okay, let's see. From the one on the far left, you can hear what just sounds like a fan, kind of like a loud ventilation type noise. From the second one, you're not hearing anything. From the fourth one, you're hearing, yeah, you're definitely hearing like prisoners like, yeah, like yell, not like fighting noises necessarily, but like definitely uproar.
Right.
And from the third one, you're getting just, what's the word? What would be the word? From the third one, you're just definitely getting more like yells of conflict.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go down the one with conflict.
Okay. Yeah, so you start heading down that one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you get down to that one. You start crawling through. Actually, as you start heading through, you see Ruby heads up through after you, and you see Zinth Zinth doesn't quite fit in this access tunnel. He just kind of starts heading down. He gets like his legs through, then he gets to his like waist and his shoulder. He's like, not gonna fit through here, Newman. You want me to find another way down?
If you can, but don't put yourself in too much danger.
Got it. Okay.
And I guess then you'll just scurry down as quickly.
Okay, yeah. So you head down. You end up in kind of like a small chamber. You can see there's like ventilation heading off in 3 different directions, and a little vent directly underneath you.
All right, I'll look through the vent.
Okay. You look through the vent. You can see quite a few people who are in various states of injury. Some like staggering around, some like actually unconscious. And you can see, you can hear more like fighting off in the distance, but you don't see any through this little vent.
All right. Can I see the walls?
Yeah, you can see the walls.
Do the walls have any like designations on them?
Yeah, they all have serial numbers. You can see this hallway's a little bit wider, made of the same material before, a little bit more padded than before. And you can see it looks like there might be 2 levels of cells on this one. You know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Classic prison riot. All right. Which way is the noises coming from?
Further into the hallway. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And do the vents travel that way as well?
Yeah, the vents do travel that way as well. They travel in both directions.
Okay, then I'll head in the way that the sounds seem to be emanating from.
Okay. Yeah, you head in that direction, just crawling through the vents.
Yes.
Okay. It's a little bit tedious crawling through the vents, but you get closer to the sound. After a while, it sounds like you're probably directly above the source of the sound. There's not directly a vent to view from here, though. Okay. You can hear it underneath you.
Cool. Then I would like to find the nearest vent to that.
Okay, yeah. You crawl forward a little bit more, and you find another vent. You just look down.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see a pretty large number of inmates, like somewhere between 10 and 20. It's hard to just gauge at a glance,
right.
But you can definitely spot somebody definitely not in prison garb, kind of a more more formal kind of like military kind of garb down there in the in the center of them, just kind of like standing at the ready. They have like a circle formed around him.
Right. All right. Can I? Do I know how strong Ruby is? Just like a general like. Not
I mean,
specific, but like.
She's got like visible muscle, but you haven't really seen her do much.
Right.
Like with that, she usually has firearms out.
Fair enough. I'm gonna turn to her and say, "Hey, do you think you can knock this vent out?"
She kind of looks at it and she says, I don't know, I can try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be faster to just unscrew it. Could I unscrew it from this side?
Yeah.
Alright, and I'm just gonna like pull out a screwdriver.
Oh, you pull out a screwdriver? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you do that one by one. I'm not gonna make you roll for a screwdriver.
Okay.
You do that one by one, and as you get the final screw out, the vent falls to the ground, and just about then...
I'll look at it.
Time's up.
Ah!
0 minutes.
That's not a good thing. Alright. Whatever. I'm just gonna keep going. And then I'm gonna jump down, try and land in the circle person.
Okay, yeah. You just hopping down?
Yeah.
Alright, give me a little DX roll.
Okay. This could be very bad. It's not awful, but it's not great. It's 9.
9, that's a success. Okay, yeah. So you hop down. You land next to this figure. This figure glances over me. This figure like you get like a brief like a jolt of like somebody landed next to me. He looks over and goes, "Ah, Newman, hey."
Do I recognize this person at all?
I don't think you've ever seen him before. You saw the photograph when you searched his name in the file. So yes. You recognize this as Orion.
Right. I'm gonna. As soon as I like stand up from landing, I'm gonna be like, so we have no time to get out of here. We need to go.
Oh, we need to get out of here, huh?
Yes, we need to leave.
Well, yeah, he says well, and he kind of like outstretches his arm and he looks in like around him. You are in like a circle of inmates all wielding like various implements at you.
I'm aware. Can I, at a quick glance, identify one that's like seems to be carousing everyone else, or like stepping forward more than the others?
It's hard to say. No. After a moment, one steps forward, but he's not like really leading the group. He just kind of stepped forward.
Right. All right, then I'll just I'm gonna say, can I say that as I was crawling through the fence, I probably put my thing away?
What thing?
My stick.
Your stick? Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah.
Because I don't want to have a weapon in hand.
No, yeah, I definitely wouldn't assume you were crawling with it.
Yeah. Alright, then I'm gonna hold my hands up and say, alright, everyone, my name is Benjamin Newman. I don't care about what's going on here. I need to get him. I'm taking him away. You probably hate him. And I understand that. I don't really care about him, but I need him alive.
Okay. Do you want to give me a diplomacy roll?
I do.
Okay.
Oh well. That's not bad. Okay, so that's 12.
Okay. So that's by 2, yeah. So you kind of say that for a moment, and you see Orion doesn't say anything. He's kind of like blank expression, kind of side eyes you, and after a moment you hear like a yell from like the center one of the groups. It's like, "Hey, he's trying to save the warden! Get him!"
Hold on.
Do you say hold on?
I do.
One of them's already coming at you, but you can finish your sentence.
I point at I pinpoint the person and say, "Why are you listening to him? You don't even know him. First of all. Second of all, I don't want to save him. I need him, so I
About now is when someone's gonna swing at you.
Alright, I'm gonna try and dodge.
That's fair. Well, let me see if he even hits you first. Right. Yeah, he's gonna hit you.
Alright, I'll try and dodge. No, I don't dodge.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. So a decently sized guy. He's not. Oh my. Yeah. So this guy comes up to you and just like, bam! He punches you straight in the gut. Take 2 damage for me after armor.
Alright, yeah, okay.
Like, that wasn't the worst, but that hurt.
Alright, well...
Yeah. After, pretty much immediately after that, Ruby drops down out of the vent, pretty much directly onto this guy.
Good job.
Like, he's not really injured, but he's on the ground now, and Ruby's kind of on top of him.
Right.
Yeah, Ruby just kind of looks at you and says, "Looks like we're fighting."
Looks like it. I have a really bad idea.
Yeah. Still helium.
Still helium?
Yeah, I knew what you were gonna ask.
Yeah. I shouldn't do.
Not my decision.
Okay, yep. Yeah, alright. I mean... I'm gonna look at,
Alright?
Alright, so... If someone were to say, like a spark down here, do you think we could survive?
50-50.
Are you willing to take that chance?
He kind of looks down at his watch real quick. He looks down at his watch for a second, looks back up, he goes, "Yes, sir."
Alright, I'll look at Ruby and say, "Are you willing to take that chance?"
Let's see. What does Ruby say? Yeah, it looks like Ruby's like reaching into her pocket and she puts on like she's like putting on sunglasses. You can tell they're armored, but she just kind of gives you like a half nod. That wasn't meant to sound as stupid as it did. They were armored. That was the point I was trying to make.
I know. That's just so, like, action, like, campy action movie. Like,
yeah.
Alright.
And then she gives you, like, a half nod.
Alright, then I'm just gonna pull out my stick.
Okay.
And turn it on.
Okay. You flick it on. Higher or lower?
Higher.
Okay, yeah, higher. You see, you hit the button, and the spark goes off. and you see this quick, like a kind of like a quick ripple around it, and then kind of like all around the room, just like.
And I'm at the center of all of that.
You are.
I might die.
Okay, you want to take 9 burning damage for me after armor? Burning
Yes.
explosion?
Yes. So that means I am at -3.
Oh, okay, give me a roll to be conscious.
I will. That's HD.
Yep.
4, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's a fail by 1.
No, you fit.
Oh, I fit. You're right.
It's 11, right?
So, yeah.
Yeah, so you're
Success.
conscious.
Whew.
That hurt. You kind of got blasted back like a... Let me think. What's your strength? You got blasted back about a yard.
All
And you're
right.
kind of like... Give me a DX roll to stay on your feet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You managed to land on your feet. You just stagger back pretty severely. You can see... About 70% of the guys are all kind of like on their backs. Just kind of like, whoa! Yeah, you can see Orion next to you kind of like brushes off his coat. Yeah, and you... Ruby, you can see is just getting to her feet.
Alright.
She seems, she's not quite limping, but she's like staggering a little bit.
Alright, well, time to run.
Okay, she was running for the door?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Yeah, you start making your way towards the door. Yeah, about that time.
I'll look at it.
Okay. It's an incoming call from Zach.
Zach. Alright, I'll pick it up.
Okay, Zach says, so we're getting something's incoming and it's coming in hot.
Great.
Heading for your position. Should we try to intercept?
No.
Okay.
Monitor the situation. Give me updates if anything develops. We're trying to get out of here as fast as we can.
Oh, it's coming in hot, like 30 seconds.
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe try to intercept it then.
All right, we'll try. Zach
Just
out.
don't get yourself killed.
Okay. Zach out. Okay.
And that explains the timer.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so you're running towards the door.
Yep.
Yeah. About like 30 feet from the door, you can see there's like two larger inmates have like gotten up and they're like standing in front of the door. They have like makeshift shivs at you because of course.
Of course.
Like they're still a good ways off, but
All right. Yeah.
you have also noticed. Give me an HT roll again.
Yeah. So that's 13.
It is getting kind of hard to breathe.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay.
Did kind of just burn up most of the atmosphere.
Yeah, like you're still getting air, but it's getting thin.
Great. Good. I'm gonna turn to Orion and say, "Hey, can you take care of those guys?"
With the two in front of you,
Yeah.
he just says, he just looks at you as you're both kind of like half sprinting. He just kind of goes, "Yeah, sure." Okay. Yeah, so you see he pulls out this you see him reach into his pocket and he pulls out like this what do I want to call this? Sorry. He pulls out like this, I don't want to call it a kusari. He basically does pull out this like this kind of like chain whip.
Right.
Yeah, and you see he pulls, you're about 20 feet away.
Right.
He kind of pulls back his arm. And right before he swings, you see the door behind them kind of swings up, and you just see both of them get like lifted about a half foot off the ground.
Oh, is it Zen?
Yeah, you can see Zin's
Yay!
behind them. And after a moment, you see him pull them apart a second, and then like smack their heads together. Give me a second
that
for
hurts. That
damage.
happened to me before.
Anyway,
What do you mean?
what do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Damn it! I made me drop my dice. Thank you. Yeah. So he hits them together pretty hard. Let me see. Yeah, one of them falls to the ground unconscious. The other one falls to the ground, but it looks like he's still kind of like writhing.
That's fine, as long as we can get past it.
Yeah, you just hear Zin just goes go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going.
Okay. Yeah. So you jump, you hop over the inmates, I guess. Hop over the inmates. Zin starts dashing with you. You can see you're in a pretty large kind of like. This is an interesting room. You're in this large kind of like spherical chamber, kind of on a walkway suspended around this area.
Right.
Around this area, you can see there's something large in the center. You can probably identify it if you thought about it more, but you're in a hurry, I assume. Yeah.
Not too worried about it.
Yeah. And you see as you hop through the door, it closes behind you. You can see there's 4 doors, the one you came out of, and then one on each of these four corners, quote unquote, of the spherical room. And about that time, give me a DX roll.
That's 7.
7? Okay, cool. Yeah, you stay on your feet as this whole walkway kind of like shakes violently. It kind of rocks to one side. And you hear this just really loud, just yeah.
And that's impact.
Yep, that's impact. And you can see kind of like this small, maybe like 3-yard diameter kind of spherical kind of like cone, kind of like a spike thing on the side of this wall kind of in here. And you can see after a second it kind of splits into 4 things and opens up, and you can see the inside of a small ship. And you see a figure. And the figure kind of, it's about 20 feet above the walkway. And the figure hops down and lands on the walkway.
In front of us?
Yeah, we'll give me another DX roll for the impact of that shaking the walkway again. Yeah, you're good. That's a good enough one. Yeah, this figure lands in front of you, and you hear the soft like an atmosphere kind of alarm, and it stops after a second, and then you hear another smaller alarm from you, kind of like a watch alarm going off, and you see in your peripheral vision Orion looks down at something. Orion looks down at something and he says, "Oh, sonic shielding's off." Well, he kind of pats you on the shoulder. He says, "Well, see you on the outside."
Oh, you jerk!
Yeah, and he disappears from your vision.
Ah! I hate psionics!
But yeah, there's a figure in front of you, and he's taking some steps forward.
Do I recognize this figure?
You do. You recognize this figure. It's been a long time, and he doesn't look how you remember. This figure is fairly reminiscent of an individual you saw a long time ago, who you, at that point, knew as Jack. See, this figure, he looks a lot different than before. Definitely recognizable, but like half of his body is completely psionic. He looks a lot more roughed up than the last time you saw him.
Okay. So, I'll look at him and say, so I'm assuming we're not going to be friends this time.
Yeah, you see, he's taken purposeful steps towards you, and with his robotic arm, he cracks the knuckles on his non-robotic arm. And yeah, no, and he just continuing stepping forward, he says, "Nothing personal, kid. I got a job to do."
You know, I'm 36. I'm not
he stops. That stops him for a second. He stops taking steps and he kind of looks up and down, and he just goes, "Oh." And he doesn't really say anything. He keeps stepping forward. Yeah, you see Zin's kind of taking a step in front of you there.
I'm gonna get ready to zap him.
Okay, so you're pulling out your stone wand, I guess. Yeah, you see Zinth reaches for his holster, and his hand comes up empty.
Actually, instead of handing
yeah, you can do that as your turn. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you do that instead, and then you do that. Zinth will have a gun next turn because he did act first. Yeah. Ruby. Ooh, that's important actually. Give me a higher or lower.
Lower.
Okay. Ruby, let's see. Ruby doesn't seem to have her gun. It looks like it was in her hand when the explosion happened and she lost it. You didn't notice until now. Well, she didn't notice until now.
These things happen.
Yeah, Zint's in front. This guy's, he's just continuing walking forward. He's about 10 yards away.
Okay, aim for the fleshy bits.
Okay. Yeah, so Zint's taking some shots. Okay, yeah, you hear Zint takes 3 shots, just bump, 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 in quick succession. You hear 3 metallic clangs in quick succession afterwards. And this guy continues walking forwards. It's your turn.
Okay. Can I get up to him?
Up to the guy?
I don't want to do that. This time I'm just gonna pull my.
Yeah. Okay, that's your turn. Okay. Okay. It looks like Ruby's kind of behind you. From what you can see in your peripheral vision, it looks like Ruby has sat down and is hurriedly taking off one of her shoes.
Alright.
That's what you can see.
Go you, Ruby. You fashion Ruby. I'm assuming that's not what she's doing, but like, it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny, objectively. Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, so you see the guy continues walking forwards. You see he kind of, he holds his robotic arm in front of him. You see he kind of taps a few things on it. You can hear a low electric whine. What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Low electric one. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
That is Zinth again. Yeah, Zinth's taking a. Zinth looks like he's not taking a shot this turn, but it looks like he's aiming a lot more carefully this time.
Good idea. Good plan.
Yeah. Okay, and it's you again. The guy's about 7 yards away.
So, what parts of the monster?
It looks like his entire head past his jaw, so up, jaw and up, and most of the left side of his body. It's hard to tell in the torso because it's fully clothed.
Okay. Not much yeah, I'm just gonna. I guess I'll. You don't aim like melee attacks.
You can evaluate, but it only gives you a +1.
Yeah. might as well.
Okay, so you're gonna evaluate this turn.
I'll evaluate.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you do that. Ruby, you see she's ready. She kind of she's got her shoe off. She reaches into her boot. You can see she pulls out this very small kind of like you can see a very small firearm, and she's readied that this turn. That took her whole turn. Yeah, Zinth, you can see he has the gun at eye level, and he takes 2 shots. Let me see. Ooh, okay. The figure quickly whips the robotic arm up in front of their face, and you can see 2 shots. You heard sorry, did I say 3? Zinth fired 2 shots. You hear 2 shots hit. You hear 2 shots hit in quick succession, and you can see on the indentations they made on like the arm, they're like right about where his eyes would have been. He just whipped his arm up right before that happened. All right, yeah, and then it's you again.
Alright. Well, then I'm just gonna rush toward him.
Okay, he's about. Oh, so he's 5 yards away. So you're gonna just get to him in this turn. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Are you sort of moving and attacking? I guess.
Yeah.
So you want to give me your short sword -3 to move and attack, if that's okay with you? Yeah. And you evaluated, so that's actually -2. So that'll be a 12. Random application or torso?
Just torso.
Okay.
So that's 6, 7, 8, 11. Success by 1.
Okay. Yeah. So you strike him. The torso. Is the stun part on or off?
It's on.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So you hit him in the torso. Yeah, you hear an electric kind of you hear as you strike right into the cloth, you hear kind of like a metallic tink as it hits. And you kind of see a small jolt kind of go like through his body, kind of like a small electrical impulse kind of. And you hear the whine in his arm gets louder for a second and then gets quieter again. He just kind of looks down at you. Yeah. Didn't seem to do a lot. Were you? Oh, never mind. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so Ruby. Yes, Ruby has her gun up. It looks like she was gonna take a shot. Now she's aiming. It looks like you might be in the line of fire. You're not sure.
Shoot me anyway. I don't care.
Okay.
Well, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the figure is. You're definitely in his range now.
Yep.
Okay. So the figure is. He's reaching to grab you. You can try to dodge.
6, 7, 8.
That's a dodge. Okay, yeah. So you kind of like he like swipes down to grab for your like collar, and you kind of like duck out of the way. And he he glares for half a second. He like with his other arm, he's coming in just for like a punch. It looks like. Not this is the non-robotic arm. I would say yes, but he just rolled a crit.
Okay. Alright, that's fair. He gets it. He deserves it.
What is that? That's 14. That's not normal damage only. What is that? Sorry, I don't know. I'm not actually sure off the top of my head.
This is gonna take me unconscious.
14 is victim drops. Oh no, 14. That doesn't matter in this scenario. Never mind. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That. It's a pretty solid hit, but it looks like this is your armor's made mostly against impact. It looks like so. This your armor took pretty much the brunt of the hit, but you are gonna get knocked back a yard, and in that direction, knocked back a yard, is off the walkway.
Ah.
So do you want to give me a DX roll to catch the railing
Yeah,
or
I'll-
some equivalent?
I'll do that. I would love to not fall. Okay, so I didn't fall.
Okay, yeah.
That's 17.
So you kind of you kind of get launched, like you're like kind of like a little bit off the ground, like a yard to the side, and kind of like you're going over the railing, and right as you pass by, you're able to like latch a hand onto it, and you're kind of swinging off the side a little bit. Okay. So yeah, no. So now it's Zinth. Zinth kind of looks. It looks like Zinth's taking it. Zinth's stepping forward pretty purposely. It looks like he's heading to you. And the figure kind of purposely blocks his path more or less. Ruby's taking a shot now.
Just shoot him. Deal with him before you deal with me. I'm not
Okay,
important.
yeah. Ruby takes a shot. Ruby hits pretty solidly into the what looks like the regular flesh arm.
Good.
And it hits him pretty solidly. Yeah, and you can see there's actual injury there. You see blood. And then after a second, it is his turn again. And he's swinging at Zinth.
Don't tag him.
Okay, that's another crit. Just a second. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. So this guy pulls back, and like Zinth took a step forward to come to you, and this guy pulls back his fist, Jack, and he just straight forward. You hear the electronic whine a lot louder, and as it strikes Zinth across the face, kind of right in the cheek, you hear a loud electronic like zap noise, and Zinth goes flying back about 2 to 3 yards. Zinth falls to the ground on the walkway. He's breathing, but he's not getting up right now when you're looking at him.
Those were zaps. That's not fair. That's my thing.
Yeah. So it's Ruby Zinth's turn.
But he's dead.
So it's your turn.
Okay. Should I try and pull myself back up?
You can try. Give me a strength roll.
Okay.
Get a bit of a minus, but
I'll still try.
yeah.
That's not awful.
What is that?
9.
9? Okay, you're able to get your other hand up onto the walkway, so you're holding on with both hands now, but you didn't have quite enough of a grip to pull yourself up.
Oh, that's better.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So you see the figure kind of... Yeah, the figure kind of levels the arm, like, up, kind of like he's aiming something at Ruby. And you see kind of like these 2 small wires, kind of like, and you hear like a zzz kind of noise, and they fire at Ruby. Almost. Okay, Ruby kind of, it looks like Ruby dodges one, and the other one kind of hits her in the leg. And she kind of like, not quite shrieks, but kind of like a kind of noise, and she falls to one knee. She's definitely conscious, but she falls to one knee.
I'm going well for
Okay. That's your turn, Dash.
Okay. I'm gonna do the
Ruby
same thing.
Ruby spends the rest of the turn pulling the wire out.
Good idea. Yeah, I'll try and get back up once more time. Once more time.
Okay. 10, yeah, not quite. You're able to get, you have a firm grip. You're not slipping, but you weren't able to pull yourself up with that. Okay, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah. So you feel the, sorry, you don't feel anything. What am I saying? I don't know why I said that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, the figure kind of does the same thing again. And, ooh, okay, yeah, wow, he's critting a lot. That's not good. Here's Ruby in the other leg, and Ruby falls to the ground. She's definitely still conscious. You can see her kind of like looking, kind of like crawling, but her legs aren't working great. It's your turn again, because Ruby's just trying to get to you.
Yep. Don't try and get to me.
She doesn't have a lot of choices here.
She needs more help than I do. I can't do anything for her. Alright. I'll try and... Stop.
Okay.
Back. I'm at fail. That's
Okay. You want to roll 2 more times for me? What's that one? Okay, one more time.
That's a 4.
Okay, so you rolled a 4. All right, so you pull yourself up onto the platform like pretty in one solid movement, and the figure kind of like eyes dart back to you, and he throws a punch. Throws a punch and just goes completely wide, and he throws another punch, And it looks like this punch is pretty solidly going to hit you, and then at the last second it kind of veers off path. And he's kind of looking down, like, open hands, just like, what the hell? And you hear off from the sideline suddenly, kind of behind him at the far door. You hear, really thought it was going to be that easy, huh? Okay. Okay.
What?
Okay. You want to look over at the far door?
I do,
Okay.
I'd like to do that.
So you see a familiar figure, kind of like he's got like a hand to his temple, kind of like a headache. He's got one hand out. You see there's a thin trickle of blood coming down one side of his nose. You see Jason.
Jason.
Yeah. Jason SK from your crew.
Oh! Oh! He's psionic! Okay. That would have been nice to know beforehand, but I'll take it.
Well, you did see everyone in your crew had the sigils earlier.
I did, yeah, but that doesn't mean
Okay, yeah. Alright.
I'm not psionic. Alright, I'll like raise my hand in a very
Okay, yeah.
breathing thing.
Yeah. He basically says, alright, I don't know how long I can hold on to this, but let's take him down together. The odds are in our favor now. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Cool. I'm
Okay.
gonna...
What are you doing?
I'm gonna fling at his head.
Okay, go for it.
Get that!
Okay. What's that? That's a...
No, that's a 4, 5, 6, 7.
7? Okay, roll 2 more times for me.
That's a 6, 7, 12.
Okay, 12, one more time. Okay, no, 7's not bad. Yeah, okay, so you roll a 7. Okay, he looks like he starts to bring an arm up to defend himself, but he brings it up in the wrong side, and like he thought you were swinging for the other side. It looks like. So you're gonna hit him straight on. Give me a damage roll. What's your swing damage?
It's
1d, and then does the baton give you a plus? Yeah, it does +1. Okay, so give me 1d plus 1 damage.
Okay, that's
Okay,
3 damage.
roll 2 more times.
Okay, that's my 6.
6 damage.
And that's 7.
7 damage. All right. So you get both hands up and you just whack right into the side of his head. He kind of like staggers back. Just what the hell is going on here? All right.
To be honest, I have no idea, but I'm enjoying it.
All right. And about that time, fades out, and it's time for the next episode next week.
Ah!
The stars fade to embers, the worlds turn to dust. We'll try not to fight, but we do what we must. Will the universe stand still as our lives are torn apart? Are we fools to think that we can our destiny outsmart? Should I blame the fates beyond, or the work of my own hands? Can those of us with mortal blood ever really understand? So I beg you now, shut your eyes and plunge too deep, for there's none of us around who can escape eternal sleep. So as time grows old, hold me close and please don't cry. For though people may depart, know that stories never die. Alright, that was today's session of Brave New World. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hopefully we didn't have any of the terrible technical issues we had last week. Before we head off, I have a little preview of something else to come. Another campaign that'll be coming on this channel pretty soon. Another little thing, new GM, I'll be the player in this one. another one that we should have to fill the weeks when we can't record this, or maybe we'll do bi-weekly but with both of them. Not sure yet. We have a little preview of something to come.
Damn it. Does anyone read me? This is Jackson Ishida. They betrayed me, took the Tyrannus Novum, my ship. Left me for dead, light years from home, and eons from my time. But if you're hearing this, know I'm coming to take back what's mine. And it will not be merciful.
All right.
Oh, that's exciting.
So stay tuned in the future for Exile.
Ooh, fancy.
Alrighty. With that, I think that's it for this week. I honestly, at this point, I'm not even going to say if we're going to be good for next week. We'll find out. We'll probably start doing the pre-recording soon. We'll just figure out a different schedule for that.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but it's what's going to have to happen. Oh well. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. I hope you had a good time this week, and hopefully all the issues that had last week were not a big problem. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. It's still physically painful to say, but it does help our channel grow.
Hey, at least we don't have merch.
That's true.
If we had to say buy the merch, I would buy my
merch.
I mean,
Anyway.
you can get your own merch for free.
I can! Okay, yeah.
Just do that.
But yeah, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye!